Here's why Ser Criston Cole betrayed the Kingsguard oath during Aegon's rise. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're exploring one of the most shocking and consequential betrayals in House of the Dragon. Ser Criston Cole's abandonment of the Kingsguard oath during King Aegon II's rise to power. This moment wasn't just a personal choice. It altered the balance of power, reshaped allegiances, and set the stage for conflict across Westeros. The betrayal of a sworn knight is no small matter. The Kingsguard are meant to serve without question, honor without compromise, and protect the throne above all else. So why would Ser Criston Cole, a man entrusted with the sacred duty of protecting the crown, betray his oath during one of the most pivotal periods in Targaryen history? Today, we'll break it all down, from ambition, love, and loyalty, to political manipulation, fear, and the high-stakes tension that defined his fateful choice. To understand Ser Criston Cole's betrayal, we need to look at the political and emotional landscape of Westeros during Aegon II's ascension. After King Viserys I's death, the Targaryen succession was plunged into crisis. The Greens, led by Queen Alicent Hightower, supported Aegon II's claim to the throne, while the Blacks rallied behind Princess Rhaenyra. This division set the stage for a tense, politically charged environment in King's Landing. The Kingsguard, sworn to protect the crown, were supposed to serve impartially. Yet the death of Viserys and the immediate scramble for power created a situation where loyalty, personal feelings, and political considerations collided. It is in this crucible that Ser Criston Cole made his fateful decisions. Before examining the betrayal, it's essential to understand Ser Criston Cole as a character. Criston Cole was renowned for his martial prowess, ambition, and dedication to duty. He rose from relatively humble beginnings, his talent and charisma propelling him into the Kingsguard, a position of immense honor and responsibility. However, Criston was also a man driven by emotion, desire, and personal code. His loyalty to the Kingsguard oath was strong in principle, but it was always intertwined with his ambitions, personal relationships, and sense of justice, or what he perceived as justice. This duality made him both formidable and fallible. The Kingsguard oath is sacred in Westeros. Sworn members promise absolute loyalty to the crown, protecting the king or queen above all else. Selflessness, forsaking lands, titles, and personal ambition in service of the throne. Integrity and honor, upholding justice, and serving as paragons of martial and moral excellence. Breaking this oath is not only dishonorable, but also punishable by death. By betraying this sacred vow, Criston Cole risked everything: his honor, his life, and his legacy. Yet despite this weighty responsibility, the chaos surrounding Aegon II's rise created conditions in which Criston chose a path that diverged from duty. Section 4. Criston's early loyalty. Initially, Criston's loyalty to the Kingsguard was unquestionable. He served King Viserys faithfully, protecting him with skill, courage, and unwavering commitment. Criston's rise within the Kingsguard was marked by discipline, competence, and dedication. He followed orders without hesitation and often acted as an example of what a sworn knight should be. His reputation was impeccable, and he was trusted implicitly by both Viserys and key court figures. But loyalty in Westeros is rarely tested in a vacuum. The death of a king, succession disputes, and court intrigue place even the most steadfast knight in situations where the lines between duty, morality, and ambition blur. Section 5. The Court of the Greens. After Viserys' death, the Court of the Greens gained immediate prominence. Queen Alicent Hightower and Ser Otto Hightower worked tirelessly to secure Aegon II's claim. The court became a center of maneuvering, strategy, and influence, and every member of the Kingsguard was forced to navigate these treacherous waters. Criston found himself increasingly close to the political center, observing firsthand the stakes of succession and the fragility of loyalty. He was confronted with competing pressures: uphold his oath to the crown, follow his personal moral compass, or aligned himself with the faction that best aligned with his ambition and emotional inclinations. This delicate balancing act was a precursor to the betrayal, a tension between principle, pragmatism, and self-interest. Section 6. Personal and emotional motivations. One of the most compelling aspects of Criston Cole's betrayal lies in the emotional and personal motivations that shaped his decisions. Love and desire. Criston's complicated feelings for Princess Rhaenyra cannot be ignored. Whether driven by attraction, respect, or idealized loyalty, these emotions created a personal conflict between desire and duty, pride and ambition. Criston was deeply aware of his own talent and potential influence. Aligning with the Greens, particularly during Aegon II's rise, offered him the chance to wield power, assert his judgment, and elevate his status beyond the constraints of neutral service. Sense of justice. Criston often acted according to what he perceived as right. From his perspective, the Greens faction represented the legitimate claim, order, or a necessary check on chaos, a justification that allowed him to rationalize breaking the oath. These intersecting motivations illustrate that his betrayal was not a simple act of malice, but a complex interplay of ambition, emotion, and moral reasoning. The political pressures surrounding Aegon II's ascension were immense. Influence of advisors. Figures like Ser Otto Hightower played a crucial role in shaping Criston's perception of loyalty and obligation. Their guidance often framed the Greens as the faction upholding order, subtly encouraging him to prioritize political pragmatism over strict adherence to the oath. Factional expectations. The Greens demanded visible loyalty from their allies, subtly pressuring Criston to act decisively in favor of Aegon II. This pressure created an environment where abstention or neutrality was increasingly untenable. Court intrigue. The Kingsguard was not immune to intrigue, and whispers, alliances, and rivalries all contributed to Criston's perception of what action would best serve both his ambitions and the realm. In essence, Criston's betrayal was influenced by a combination of manipulation, expectation, and the perception that aligning with the Greens was both necessary and justifiable. So, how exactly did Ser Criston Cole betray the Kingsguard oath? 1. Defying neutrality. Instead of remaining impartial as sworn protectors of the crown, Criston actively supported the Greens, prioritizing Aegon II's rise over his duty to uphold the sacred oath of impartiality. 2. Direct actions against the Blacks. Criston took tangible steps to undermine Rhaenyra's supporters, whether through military force, strategic intervention, or counsel that favored the Greens. 3. Prioritizing personal and political alignment. By aligning with Aegon II and Alicent's faction, Criston effectively subordinated his oath to personal ambition, factional loyalty, and emotional inclinations. From the perspective of the Kingsguard, this was a profound betrayal. The oath is intended